Could ligers survive in the wild? A liger is the unique hybrid of a male lion and a tigress, and it is a really big cat. It also has a cousin, the tigon, which is the offspring of a male tiger and a lioness. Ligers are the family's biggest cats, even larger than their parents, and can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. They're the result of crossbreeding that doesn't occur in the wild, which is why ligers aren't found in the wild. They are reproduced in captivity in zoos and wild sanctuaries. Ligers, like tigers, have faint stripes but are lighter in color and typically have black or brown rosettes. Just like their lion parents, in places like China, South Africa, and Germany, ligers are grown and maintained in captivity. Because it is the world's largest living cat, it is susceptible to gigantism. A common misconception is that ligers do not exist in the wild. While that is true today, it does not reflect the majority of lion and tiger history. Because lion and tiger areas no longer overlap, tigers can no longer live in the wild. This is a recent change, events that is a direct result of human population increase, the loss of viable wild habitats, and the extinction of lion and tiger populations, particularly in the past 100 years. Lions and tigers shared huge areas of Central and Southern Asia prior to the 20th century. Only about 1% of lion and tiger populations remain in the wild today, and their ranges have decreased significantly. Lions and tigers shared territory for thousands of years, yet their areas no longer overlap. The existence of wild ligers, which survived to adulthood and reproduced, was the result of this shared habitat. Examining the genes exchanged between species confirmed this scientifically. Despite the fact that lions and tigers no longer share territory, they still come near to each other. The Gir Forest National Park in western India still has a population of Asiatic lions. India also has the world's greatest population of wild tigers. The only reason the two species are currently separated is due to a human-made barrier and the millions of people that reside in the areas between the parks. So nowadays it is impossible for ligers to live in the wild, because lions and tigers don't really ever meet in the wild to produce hybrids. If they meet in the wild, they're more likely to treat each other as enemies. Anyway, ligers come from within man-made enclosures where lions can be introduced to tigers to produce offspring, ligers and tigons, which are always sterile if born male. Because they are raised in captivity, they are unlikely to be good at surviving in the wild, let alone teach their hybrid offspring how to do so. Hybrids aren't considered species. Ligers in the wild would have no idea how to find prey or hunt successfully, and would soon weaken from hunger and die before they had time to learn how. But if a liger were raised for release, put through the same training as other captive-bred big cats destined for release, it is possible that the liger makes it. However, the liger would face some difficulties. Because of its size, it would require more prey than a tiger or lion just to stay alive. It's also very likely to have a lot of health problems as a result of the crossbreeding. If ligers were their own species that were capable of breeding and didn't have all the health issues, I think they'd be pretty successful considering their size and strength. Their habitat would also be a factor. I think a single liger living on the plains of Africa may not actually survive all that long. It is unknown if ligers can live in groups like lions to cope with the dangers of Africa, although the liger is a social animal. A liger in a tiger's natural habitat of jungles and forests may not be the best option. I could be wrong, but I would think the size of a liger would be detrimental to sneaking through a forest or jungle, attempting to ambush prey, and I think it may be hard for it to consistently sneak up on and catch food. Ligers are capable of running at 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. This speed is faster than that of the lions. Ligers are much stronger than a lion or a tiger alone. Big size can be a bit of a disadvantage, but I believe that a liger should be able to catch and kill an African wild buffalo on its own. If a lioness can take down a zebra and wildebeest much bigger than lionesses, ligers, despite fewer pounds small than the African buffalo, can easily grab it and take it down by suffocating. It has massive paws and huge jaws, so taking down so much large prey should be no trouble for a liger. Liger's speed can easily allow them to catch the buffalo. Ligers are very social animals. Almost all liger owners agree that their animals are very friendly, playful, and enjoy being with their mates. The African lion is a social animal. This gives a possibility of the liger's accumulation within any of the lion's pride in Africa. The presence of liger in any of Africa's lion prides will make that pride invincible to any nomadic lions, whether 2 or more. So all the liger will have to do will be to defend the territory and have its meal, either male or female. Even a female liger will be capable of taking down male African lions. It shouldn't matter how big the ligers are. Ancient American lions and saber-toothed tigers were as big as the ligers. If they had survived for thousands of years, why not a single liger in its entire lifespan? How can one say that a liger cannot exist in the wild when there are so many possibilities? These proofs are substantial enough to ensure the liger's survival in the African continent. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Until next time, farewell.